Hello, hello. My name is Phil, and this is the No Damn Choice workout. And you shall watch me do the No Damn Choice workout. It is Friday, May 26th, 2023. It is 10:49 a.m. in the morning, and this means we must do the workout. It's got to be done, so I might as well get it done, right? I don't know where the knucklehead's at. Where you at, knucklehead? She was right out here a minute ago. Where you at, pumpkin? Oh well. She's out there somewhere. And we got this thing to do. We got to get this knocked out. Let's knock this out so we can get this day going. Come on. Yeah! Oh God! God! I tell you what, never stop working. Having a daily job puts structure in your life. As once you stop working, it's real easy to fall apart. It's really easy to fall apart. That's what I'm trying to keep from doing. Alright, individual knee lifts, 20. One, two, three. Double knee lift, 20. Remember, it don't matter how pretty it is. It just matters that you're moving the knees. You're trying to move the knees, which works the muscles in the stomach. It works the muscles in the hips, in the back, in the hamstrings. You're trying to just move stuff. It doesn't have to be pretty. So don't get all obsessed with, did I move my knee right? Did I do it? Just move your damn knees. Get on your back, move your knees. Watch, individual. I already did the individuals. I'm doing a double knee lift now. One thing I would say is try to bring your knees up as far as you can every time. Now, when you first start, it's not going to come up that far because you got to stretch the muscles out. It takes a couple of days, maybe a month, to stretch the muscles out, to get them to relax. So when you come back this way, you'll see I come back this way. I'm actually forcing myself like this. Like this. Okay, I'm lifting my back up off the ground when I do that. But I've been doing this for a while, so things are pretty limber down there. But if I don't do this for a day, everything starts getting stiff. And if I don't do this for 2 or 3 days, man, I'm in trouble. So these exercises on the floor, if you don't do any other exercises, I recommend you do the exercises on the floor, the knee lifts and the straight leg lifts, because they work your lower back. So anyway, let me get back to my stuff. We already did the individual knee lifts, now we're doing the double knee lifts, 20. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2. Sometimes you'll see me do 22 instead of 20. The 2 extra is just sort of something I do as sort of a if you did a baker's dozen, there's a thing called a baker's dozen, which is 13, and the extra bun is actually a donatable bun to somebody who needs food. In the same way, the 22 is my way of, if I do a sloppy pull, I've done 2 more pulls. So those pulls sort of belong to God when I do it. It's sort of my way of doing an honest 20. So a lot of times I'll do 22. Sometimes I'll just do 20. But anyway, just so you know. So we just did the double knee lifts. Now, double straight leg lifts, 20. Same thing applies here. Don't get possessed with style. This isn't something, you don't have to do this. You have to do this in a way that your body can do it right now. And if you do it every day, you'll loosen up, you'll limber up. So individual straight leg lifts. 1, 20. Alright, next one is double straight leg lifts. This exercise, if you have a full stomach, can be a little bit of a problem because you're putting a lot of food in here and then you're trying to fold your body back over top of it. It can be kind of uncomfortable, so it's better if you don't have a stomach full of food when you try to do this exercise. Double straight leg lifts. That's a weird exercise because you get started and a lot of these exercises, if your brain is trying to find a reason to not do them, when you get started it seems like 20 is so long away, and as you're moving along, if you do this long enough, your brain will kick out that thought process and you'll just start doing the exercises and you'll start counting up. Then you hit 10, then you hit 12. The magic number is 10, because once you hit 10, you're over the mountain and you're heading down. Then you do 12, then you do 14, then you do 16. And when you get to 20, you can stop, but then you say, hey, I'm going to do 2 more, you do 22. The whole point is to do it every day. I would recommend that you never get to the point where you start turning it into a contest, because you need to do it every day. And if you start doing 50 or 60 every day, you're going to burn out and you're going to stop and you're going to go days without exercise. You're going to get all stiff again. It's not going to be good. That's why I stay at 20. Now I might do 22, sometimes I might do 30 as if I feel like it, but normally I do 20. I do my 22 on most of my exercises. I have been doing some extra exercise at the end, doing more than I would normally do. I normally do 10 of these arm lifts with the 20-pound weights. I gotta be careful about that because that kind of hurts my arms a little bit. And this exercise program is not about hurting. It's about feeling better. It's about your brain and your body working together so that no matter what you got to do today, you're already working as a team. You know, you're already working as a team. You know, it's already you and somebody else in the game fighting the battle. So anyway, let me get. I did individual knee lifts. I did double knee lifts. I did individual straight leg lifts. I did double straight leg lifts. Now we're on to triad crunch. 20 triad crunch. All right, on to push-ups. Here again. When you do push-ups, don't get possessed with form. You need the motion. You need the motion. You need to challenge the muscles. You don't need to fill out a form. You're not filling out a form. You're living in your life. You're living in your body. You're asking your body to do things. Your brain is asking your body to do things, but your body is also asking your brain, hey, we need to work together. So when you do a sit-up, I always start, I put my leg out and I go like this, and that gets me started. And strangely enough, when I start like that and I come back down, I don't have to do this every time. I do it one time, but that's why I also do 22. So here we go. 20 push-ups. All right. "20 push-ups. Remember, you're not filling out a form. It doesn't matter how pretty you do the push-ups, as long as you do the push-ups. All right? And every person's different. Every person's body's different. We don't fit into a groove. You know, you can't set. You know, my body works a little different from the next person's body, works a little different from the next person's body. So if you have to start doing a abbreviated push-up,
then you got to start doing abbreviated push-up. And don't let nobody ever tell you, you can't do a push-up the way you want to. This is your workout. Okay? Now you can take recommendations and appreciate that, but don't ever let anybody dissuade you from doing your workout. You own this. This is you. If you want to do this workout, you take whatever you take out of this and you use it the way you need to use it. If you need to mix it around, if you don't want to start on the floor, if you want to start doing arm lifts, start doing arm lifts. Do whatever the way that works for you, for your brain to work, because all of our brains are different. All of our brains are different. Each 8 billion people on this planet, that's 8 billion different ways you can interpret something. But the important thing is every day you got to do something. Every day you got to shake hands with your body, because your body is there for you 100% 24 hours a day. And so many people, it's not really a fault thing. It's just that our society is really good at distracting us. That's why when you see people that are, the people I admire are the old people that are walking around, getting around at 80, 90, 100 years old. Yeah, they're, by and large, they're really skinny. They don't have a lot of weight on them because it's easier for their body. Now we do have some 80-year-old grandmas that are kind of chunky, and God bless them, but they're sort of the exception to the rule. Most people who grow to a very old age are very skinny. So you need to keep that in mind. And our society has a terrible problem with destroying food and turning it into an addiction process where the food it has no nutrition, but it forces your brain to want to eat it over and over and over again. Anyway, I need to do some push-ups and shut the hell up, don't I? Phil, do some push-ups! Damn it! Shut up! Okay. 20 push-ups. Alright. Guess what? You got up off the floor. You know what that means? You know what that means if you watch the channel? There are a lot of people my age who work 30 years and that's all they did. They worked 12 hours at a job that sucked because they had to support their family. They drove the 4 hours, 2 hours, 2 back, and 2 back home, and got home and had enough time to eat a meal, kiss their wife, kiss their husband, put the kids in bed and die in the bed, and wake up the next day and do the exact same thing over again. And every time off was so busy with family stuff or just personal life stuff, they never took the time to exercise, and now they can barely get out of a car, they can barely walk up the stairs, and they can't get up off the floor. When was the last time you laid down on the floor and then tried to get up off the floor with no help? You need to think about that. If you haven't done that in years, you need to start doing that. And I mean just doing that as a regular exercise. You need to be able to get up off the floor. Nobody should be trapped on the floor. If you can't, if you're that physically out of shape, you need to start doing some physical therapy. And it's a serious thing. Think about the last time you bent over and picked something up off the floor. I mean, right there, what I just did right there. My tendons, my ligaments and tendons in the back of my legs are kind of tight. So I got to take my own advice. I did go bicycling yesterday for the first time in a while. I'm going to start doing that too. Anyway, I'm sorry to be preaching today. Let's get to the next exercise. The next exercise is stomach tensions. It's just a matter of tensing up your stomach muscles. You breathe out. At the same time you breathe out, you try to tense your stomach muscles up. And what you're trying to do is, what a lot of people don't realize is your body is a tube. A tube. It's like this right here. It's like that bottle. Okay? And where the back label is, that's your back. And where the front label is, that's your front. Well, your stomach muscles is the front part of the label. And if you let them go out of shape, then the back part of the label has to support this, and it doesn't become a tube anymore. It just becomes half of a tube. And that's where a lot of back injuries happen. So you need to try to keep your stomach muscles in shape. At least keep your brain tensing them up. And that's what this is. You notice I look fat as hell. I still look fat as hell. And I will always look like this. This will be my body shape for the rest of my life. And I'm not ashamed of it. This is the body shape that God gave me. But when I tense up, you can see the muscles in my stomach. I also have a thing called diastasis rectus, which is a part where, on a normal person, your stomach muscles, if you see a six-pack, this is what a six-pack looks like. Okay? Well, with me, what happened was I was going down the stairs at a place called, what was it? Not NBA. What the heck was the place? It's in Tyson's Corner. We were doing a job, and I had about 150, 200 pounds of tools on a hand truck. I was going down the stairs, and I felt it happen. And what happens is, where my six-pack attaches in the middle, it went like this. So that's what you see on my stomach, my little alien in my stomach. But that's another reason why I exercise, because when it first showed up and I got terrified, the Kaiser doctor was sort of brushing it off, said, "No, don't worry about it. Everybody has that." I'm like going, okay. But I noticed that if I don't exercise, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker. I don't want this thing to rip all the way apart, and then I'm wind up with my intestines hanging out inside my body. So that's another reason I do my exercise. But we're going to do stomach tensions here. And it's just a simple process. You breathe out and you tense the stomach muscles. And when you start, and I've been doing this for a lot of years, but when you start, don't be looking, if you do a camera like this, and it's not a bad thing to do a camera like this when you do an exercise, because you get to watch yourself, watch your body, and you get to see where maybe you're cheating, maybe you're seeing an improvement, maybe you see something that concerns you. But anyway, when you start, you're not going to see a lot of definition, but as you get going, you'll see some definition. My goal here is not definition. My goal here is just making sure that my brain and my body work together to make these stomach muscles work, because you need these stomach muscles to make this tube strong, to support your back. I'm telling you, back issues are because these stomach muscles get out of shape. And it puts too much strain on the back, and then somebody lifts something up and their back blows out, and the next thing you know, once you have a back injury, a major back injury, my heart goes out to you, because I have a brother who had a major back injury, and it changed his entire life. He had surgery. He was still working in the trades as a truck driver, moving heavy objects. Even after his back surgery, he was on Oxycontin for a while, which pretty much ruined his life. And it's pretty much made him handicapped for the rest of his life. You don't want your back to get blowed out. It's another thing too. If you're just a private person out and you're trying to move something that you know is way too heavy, please go get help. Please go get help. That's at a job, that's in your private life. There's no reason to hurt yourself. Okay? Don't hurt yourself. Okay, here we go. Let's do the stomach tensions. Stomach tensions, 20 stomach tensions. The number is 20, but I'm going to do 30 today. 32 actually. Here we go. Alright. Next is low hip thrusts. This is kind of a odd you could say it's kind of a sexual movement, but it's not. It's you're trying to move your hips, trying to move your lower back. Especially pay attention to your lower back when you do this. I found out that I used to go just like this, just like that, rotate front and back standing, but I found out when you do just a little like 3-inch drop and you push your hips up, it works that lower back in ways you could not believe. Right down to the lowest part of the back, right down to the bone at the bottom of the back. And where this becomes important is if you get back spasms, if you have weakness, this really becomes important. And this is a part where you don't want your body to be so seized up that when something happens, like I'm telling you, I've actually just had a stutter step. You know, walking down the sidewalk and had a stutter step and then tweaked my freaking back. And it hurt for a day and a half. And this is what we're trying to do with this exercise program, is to limber yourself up, get your body working together so stuff like that doesn't happen. Alright, here we go. Low and slow hip thrust. 20, but I guess I'll do 32 of that too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2. I feel that right in my lower back. And just bending my knees a little bit and then doing the hip thrust makes the difference. You put your legs out a little bit out to the sides, bend your knees a little bit, and do the hip thrust from the bent knee position. And I'm telling you, down in my lower back, it's going, thank you. When I started this, it was like, what the hell are you doing? And after a couple of weeks of this, my back's loosened up to where I can still feel it. I can still feel it's tight, but it's actually helping me. I don't want to have to take drugs. Nobody should have to take drugs, okay? If you choose to have a beer just to chill out, that's different. If you choose to smoke a little weed to just take the edge off, that's different. But nobody should have to use drugs to stop pain. Your body has a drugstore right in your head. All you got to do is excite it. It's got endorphins. If you let your body tell your brain, hey, here's where I hurt, your brain will say, okay, let's send the endorphins down there. Let's work on this. That's why people with injuries that you would not believe, and they go into the doctors after so many years. Now, obviously, I don't recommend if you are genuinely injured that you stay away from the doctor. But there have been people who have been genuinely injured for years. And they go into the doctor, and the doctor goes, how in the hell are you walking? Dude, I just ignore it. And that's because their brain and their body work together to create the endorphins to ease the pain. And also because normally people who are like that are usually physically active. Usually, and this is where you get the farmers, you get the grandmas and the grandpas in the gardens, you get the old people that go walking every day, you get the people that are riding bicycles when they're 80, with their helmets on, obviously. And the reason that their muscles do ache, their joints do hurt, but they work them. And when they work them, that's when the endorphins come down to those joints and those knees and those feet. And it's really a gift from God. So anyway, so I did the stomach tensions, I did the hip thrust. Now we got 20 squats. I'm only going to do 22 squats. Squats is something you need to be very careful about. Your knees are very fragile. Okay, so you should appreciate them by not beating the living crap out of them. Okay, so I'm going to do 20 squats. Please be careful. You'll notice I do them in the doorway because I don't want to go out of balance, although it's very good to do squats with no things around you. But for my purposes, I want to get the motion of the squat down and get the knees in motion. It's one of the reasons why I started doing bicycling again, because bicycling is a no stress exercise on the legs and the knees and the hips. Anyway, just be careful when you do your squats. 20 squats. Alright, now on to this 5.5 pound weights. The reason for this part of the exercise program is to build your upper body strength, to limber up your joints, to get your body and your brain working together, because most of what we do in our life, if we're blessed with hands and arms, is we use our hands and our arms all day long to do what we got to get done. Now there are people who don't have hands and arms, and they use their feet and their legs, and they're amazing. I just want to say that they're amazing. But anyway, the first exercise is wrist curls. It's just a matter of twisting the weights in the wrist. And what this does is it stretches the muscles on the top of the hands, and it builds the wrists up so that you don't wind up with weak hands and wrists that hurt. It's about sending that endorphin down to that joint. If you work it, and you work it enough, the body will tell the brain, hey, it hurts here, and then the body will send the endorphins down and it won't hurt no more. So here we go. 20 wrist curls. 1, 2. All right. Inside curls, 20. Alright, why do I do so many exercises that look almost the same? Well, it's because they're not the same. Every time you turn your muscles out a different way, it works a different group of muscles in a different way. So you'll see I did the wrist curls, which worked the muscles in my wrists and worked the muscles in the fronts of my forearms. Okay? Then I did the inside curls, which works the muscles in my shoulders, running across my shoulders, all at the same time. So they're working in unison. Okay? Now I'm going to go to standard curls 20, which is this way, right here. What this does is turns the muscles back in towards the chest and the stomach. So we're working all of this when we just do a simple thing like turn out this way. So we're going to do 20 standard curls. Alright, now what we're going to do is 10 double straight ups. This is different. Again, this works the muscles in the back, the upper chest, obviously the arms, and it also works a little bit on your balance. Alright, now we're going back to individual standard curls. What this does is this isolates each arm as its own unit. And it also lets the base of the muscles of each arm and the shoulder be excited and hold faster, hold tighter, so that they work as an independent unit. So here we go, individual standard curls, 20. Alright, now individual overhead lifts, same thing, isolating each arm as its own unit. It works the chest muscle and the upper back muscle on each side. It also does a balance workout. You would not believe the amount of popping and cracking this does in my joints every time I do this. This is like having a chiropractor workout, but a safe one, where you're not hurting your body. Last workout in the No Damn Choice workout is the flying curl, which is over, all the way out, and then under, all the way out, and then over, all the way out. And I do 20, I call it 20, but it's 22. And each movement is one. It's not 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. It's just, like I said, you just trying to get the motion done. And 20 is a good number, because if you can remember 20, you can get yourself to 20, you can be proud of what the hell you did. It's enough exercise motion that it works the muscles, but not so much that it overworks them. So here we go, 20 wings, 20 flying curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, Alright, and that finishes it. That's the No Damn Choice workout. Now I do 2 more exercises, which is with 20-pound steel weights each, one in each hand. This sort of challenges me. Now I've been doing 10, but recently I've been doing 20, like 22. I'm going to do 12 today. I'm not going to do 22. My arms are a little sore. And that's not what the exercise program's about. I mean, it all depends. If I get going and my arms feel pretty good, I might do 22. Who knows? But we'll see. Like I said, this is up to you. This is your workout. This is not my workout. I'll do my workout the way I want to do it. You do your workout the way you want to do your workout. The important thing is to do it every day. You've got to do it every day. And it's just a matter of, you know what? Now, I hate to say this because this is going to sound really strange. It's not something that we're taught to appreciate. But it's almost like you and another person are working together every day in your life, okay? Your body and you are 2 separate people. And if you ignore that other person long enough, that person won't be there to accurately and adequately help you. You got to appreciate that person, which is you. It's you. But it's 2 people. There's you and your brain, and then there's this body that you live in. You know? So, anyway, let me get this last part of this workout done. What are we feeling today? Let's see what we're feeling today. If I'm not feeling 20, I'll do 10. If I'm feeling 22, I'll do 22. You know what? Hold on a minute. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. I screwed up here a little bit. Do 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 do. Alright. Gotta get my own back on, brah. Thank you, Tina Turner. Here we go. Got my own going. Let's do some own. Come on. Let's do some own. Let's do some own. Love you, Tina. Thank you much. Thank you so much, Tina. That's it. That is it. Thank you, Lord. The bill for Friday, May 25th, 2023 at 11:33 a.m. is paid. Thank you, Lord. I appreciate that, sir. Lord in heaven, thank you for being in my life. Please always be in my life. Please always guide me to be better than I am. Please forgive me for my sins and my weaknesses. Thank you for all the wonderful spirits you brought into my life to guide me to this day, and in this day forward, may all my actions be a tribute to them. Please watch over All of us, Lord, we need you badly. Thank you, God, in heaven for being in our lives. Lord God in heaven, amen. Wanda, I miss you, babe. I love you. I will write this down in my book. I will say my prayers, which for me is Psalm 143, but every psalm's a great psalm. Every psalm's a great psalm. What are you doing? What are you looking at? Don't you dare come in here. If you come in here, I'm going to squeeze you. If this comes in here, I'm going to squeeze it like a zit. I'm going to squeeze it like a zit. What are you doing? What are you doing? What? We're so silly. Look at silly. This is silly. This is the silliness. What are you doing? I'm going to squeeze it. I can't help it. I got to squeeze it. Little monster. Look at little monster. Look at you. Look at you. Where are you going? Oh man, she is so funny. When she gets run around here, she's just a little kitten at heart. Sometimes I'll turn around. Sometimes in the kitchen, I'll be in the kitchen, I'll turn around and I'll look out in the middle room, and she'll arch her back and cock her tail up like she's gonna attack me. She'll be like, she is a trip. She's a good little kitty. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Please have a wonderful Memorial Day. It is Friday, and it is only halfway through the day. I hope you find some fun stuff to do today. And grab a little bit of happiness. I mean, there's sunshine out there. I'm going to get out there in that sunshine. I'm going to let that sunshine shine on my face. Now, I got a problem with skin poisoning on my arms. So I got to wear a damn long sleeve shirt now for the rest of my life. And my head, I got no hair. So I got to wear a hat, but I can still be out in the sunshine. You know, no matter what you do, every good deed goes punished. But still get out there and find yourself a little happiness and spread it around. Even something as simple as holding a door open for somebody, or smiling at somebody, or looking at somebody behind the counter that's working as a real low-paid person at the 7-Eleven, and they're miserable, and they're having a bad day. And give them a compliment, not a bullshit compliment, about, hey, how you doing today? How's it going? And usually they'll say, fine, or they'll say, just great. And then what you say is, yeah, I feel that too. I feel just like that. And they always smile. They always appreciate that 30 seconds away from the nightmare they're living, you know? Anyway, please don't drink Diet Pepsis or Diet Cokes. The aspartame in Diet Pepsi and Diet Cokes is a poison. It's killing people. It's actually damaging their brains. It's a lot worse for kids. Same thing with the energy drinks. The sucralose in energy drinks is very habit forming. It's very destructive on the stomach and the intestines. It's also very destructive on the brain. Both aspartame and Splenda sucralose are very highly addictive. And they're in there for that reason. They're in there so that you won't have a choice about not drinking the product. Have you ever seen people who drink Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke or a certain energy drink and they can't stop? And it's not because they like it. It's because they've been given no choice. The sucralose and the aspartame are highly addictive. And they're very damaging. They're very poisonous. And nobody's saying anything because they're making the drink companies billions of dollars, and they're also making the AMA, the HMOs, the American Medical Association, the HMOs, and the doctors billions of dollars every year treating the injuries. Sucralose alone is probably responsible for the huge increase in IBS, irritable bowel syndrome problems, and intestine problems we're seeing today. Just don't look on the ingredients label if you see aspartame or Splenda sucralose. I say Splenda sucralose because sucralose is in Splenda, okay, the little yellow packets. So I want you to understand that little yellow packet, that's poison. Same thing with NutraSweet. It comes in, I think it used to come in the blue packet. That's poison too. That's a little packet of poison. Hey, I went to Wawa. I think it was Wawa one time. I can't remember if it was Wawa or Starbucks, because I haven't been in Starbucks in years. But it was somewhere where somebody was having a coffee made. I think actually, you know what it was? I think it was McDonald's actually. Anyway, somebody got a large coffee. They got 14 Splendas in it. 14 Splendas. 14 packs of poison in that coffee. Do you think you're addicted? So anyway, please stay away from aspartame and Splenda sucralose. Please spread a little joy out today. And please ignore me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get through my day, you know? And like I said about this workout, one thing I always say about the workout is I always feel better after I finish the workout than when I started it. And that's the important thing to understand, is when you're doing a workout, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. You made this commitment. You said, okay, every day I'm gonna do this. Whatever you decide to do. It ain't gotta be no damn George workout. It could be putting on your tennis shoes and going out here and walking down the street a quarter mile and coming back. You made a commitment. You said, okay, every day we're gonna do this. And I guarantee you 1,000,000,000%, as soon as you make this commitment, shit is gonna come out of nowhere to try to stop you from fulfilling that commitment. I'm lucky in that respect because, well, things happen that I wish hadn't happened, but now I have a free slate. So I'm lucky. I have no excuse. I might be unlucky because I have no excuse. It's a lot different if you're working an 8-hour job. Because everybody don't understand, if you're working an 8-hour job, you're not just working an 8-hour job. You're also working an hour to get to and from work. So you're working a 10-hour job. If you're working a 10-hour job, you're working a 12-hour job. You know? It's a lot different for you. And I'm going to get back into that because if I don't start working soon, I'm not going to have any money. Ching, 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 ching. Son of a bitch. I shouldn't have smoked all that crack last night. Anyway, it's Memorial Day. It's a day to, it's a weekend to pay homage to our veterans who paid the highest price it could possibly be paid so that we could act stupid on the internet. Okay? But also so we could have a free country and have freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, the freedom to be who we are. It all comes out of the veterans, you see. And a lot of the homeless are veterans. Because we have a social stigma against reaching out for help. And if you're mentally in a mental emergency, you need to reach out for help. Nobody needs to, that thing that's pounding around in your head, that keeps saying, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you can always do that tomorrow. You know? That thing that's pounding around in your head that's telling you that, you know, this is never gonna get better, or you're better off doing this or that. You can always do that tomorrow. That you can always do tomorrow. You know? I mean, when I ran into my little situation, I said, you know what? I'm just going to live my life like that happened. You know? I'm just going to say that I did that. And now I'm going to move on from there. And live my life as though I'm completely released of the crap that went up to that point. And I still got my life and I can live it and I can enjoy it. And I got 40 years out of that. You know? Actually, about 40. God, yeah, I can't do math right now. About 50 years. Yeah, 47 years, something like that. Anyway, sorry I got dark on you. Please find some joy today. Please go out in the sunshine. Please piss somebody off. if you're not pissing somebody off, please piss somebody off. And make them smile. Come on, make them smile. You can do that. You know you can. God bless everybody. Thank you for watching the video. Oh, and I'll give you a last shot of Knucklehead in the window. Where's Knucklehead in the window? She's in the window. Where's she at? There she is. How much is that Knucklehead in the window? There she is. There's Sack of Bricks. Sack of Bricks looking to kill a bird. Yep. What are you doing? Don't you come over here. Don't you jump up on that refrigerator. You do what I tell you. She's looking at me like, yeah, right. Y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next video. God bless you and peace.